Well, yeah, right? Wasn't he the guy that was like the president for like a week and then Putin came back and was like, no, that was a mistake. I'm back, guys.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm back now. I take my shirt off and you go
Red
away.
Horse, yes. All right, so the story I'm about to tell you is all based off of these declassified Russian documents that came out. Just like the FOIA requests we get here in the United States to get declassified government documents, they do the same thing in Russia. And it's all based off that. But most of the story I got from an awesome article. I watched this great clip I found on YouTube, but then I found this article written by a website called, you guys are going to love this, Down the Chupacabra Hole.
Of course it is.
Shout out to Down the Chupacabra Hole. This place is
Woohoo!
awesome. But I got I'll post the link in the website. But anyways, this story is fucking awesome. So this story took place in the 80s. Fucking super fascinating. So it took place in Lake Baikal. I think I'm saying it right. Baikal. It is in Russia and Siberia. It contains a fourth of the world's fresh water. So 1/4 of all the fresh water in the world is in this Russian lake. It's bigger than all the Great Lakes combined. I wrote down it's deep AF. So obviously I didn't write down how deep it was. I just wrote down it's deep as fuck.
I think that's a good measurement. I think people get that.
Deep
Pretty
AF.
visual.
Okay, it's pretty deep.
There's people listening at home being like, "Oh, that's pretty deep."
It's a new measurement, a scientific measurement. AF.
It's a cosmic Cantina measurement. So this lake has a history of UFO sightings. A lot of cool-ass stories, actually, stretching back over the last 100 years. Many cool things. Like, for one, awesome photos that came out of this lake in 2009 from astronauts from the space station, Russian astronauts. And it's this great picture, and it shows two gigantic circular, like, convection breaks in the ice. So, like, you see, like, it looks like a UFO is about to burst out of the ice. And there's a picture, and there's two of them that are exactly the same size in different parts of the lake. Like, how is that possible? How could they both be exactly the same? Is it some sort of natural phenomenon? But it's too precise. They're too similar for it to be, like, natural. Like, there's no way these two things. So anyways, it was really fascinating. In 2011, there's a famous video that I think got debunked of, like, a alien body in the snow near the lake. And if you go on YouTube, I'll put the link up. You can find it. People say it was a chicken just, like, shaved and put out there for fun. And
Every time. It's always a plucked chicken.
but you know,
How
like,
does
I
a plucked chicken look like a human? That's weird.
No, it looks like a little gray.
It's like a scrotum with legs.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it looked like. So weak ass scrotum with legs. But the reason why I chose this story was for the laughs, but also what they encountered. So this is crazy. So in the 80s, the Russians were at the lake running training exercises with a bunch of scuba divers. They sent down a crew. The crew was about 150 feet down. There was about 5 or 6 of them. And they start to see these lights. They're like, what the fuck is that? And there's been lots of lights and UFOs seen underwater at this lake. And all of a sudden, they see these beings start to come towards them that are about 10 feet tall. They're about double the size of these dudes. They're wearing skin-tight silver suits, which is very common for all aliens and all encounters. You hear of it. They're always wearing, like, really tight silver suits. Whatever those are, we're going to find out what they are. And then they had a helmet.
I want one.
Yeah, I need one. They had a helmet, like these see-through helmets that are bizarre, but no scuba tank, no other really tech on them. They're all kind of holding a device of some sort. And they seem kind of friendly because they approached the Russians. They were like, oh, hey there, tall alien-looking guys. So the Russians came to the surface. And they came to the surface, and the leader was like, hey, you know, Boris, why don't you go back down there and try to capture this shark man? And they were like, you want us to capture
That's
that
almost
fucking 10
perfect
foot
Russian, too.
Yeah, you like this?
This is when things go really wrong.
So they call these things IHTIANDER, which means in Russian, half boy, half shark. It's in Russian folklore. This all comes from a declassified Russian document brought forward by Vladimir, last name I can't pronounce, who was a Soviet naval officer and ufologist. These are based off real files that come from the Russian government. So the Russians get sent back down there. Boris was on a mission to capture Shark Boy. So they go back down, and they find the beings. They're kind of roughly in the same area, so they obviously didn't travel off too far or whatnot. They're like 160 feet down, and the Russians decided to try to capture one because they seemed friendly with just like a fishing net. Like they were just like, I'll go up and just grab them. Like, you know, like Borat would. Like Borat did Pamela Anderson in the end of the movie. Like, I'll just grab Shark Boy. He's not going to care. They seem friendly, right? So as soon as they put the thing over
You
it.
be my wife.
As soon as it went over their body, immediately they got blasted. They were all holding these devices that launched some sort of like sonar blast at them that like rippled through the water. And immediately they all passed out and shot to the surface. Now, that's not good when you're 150 feet down. So what the report details is fucking horrifying.
No.
They come to the surface.
Bends.
I think there's 7 of them, and then they have one decompression chamber that can only fit 2 people. Sorry, it was 4. It's 4 Russians. Sorry, 4 divers. It fits 2 people. All 4 of them shoved themselves inside this compression chamber, whatever it was, but there was 4 of them in it, which was not meant to take. So 3 of them died horribly, and the one guy left over had horrible problems the rest of his life. The whole situation is messy as fuck.
What do you mean by they died horribly, though? Like 4 guys in a decompression chamber suddenly shooting to the surface? This is like one guy just swimming in human goo?
No, because they probably, like, their brain kind of exploded, right?
Yeah, so they got the bends. You can't ascend that quickly when you scuba dive, or it causes something with nitrogen in your blood and just kills you and causes horrible pain and horrible things that happen to you. I didn't look up all the details of it, but you can just die. Like, you just flat out die. You might survive and have horrible... I mean, it's a horrible situation, and the compression chamber is up top, and they didn't get to it in time. It's just a horrible... Jesus. But Russia, man, they don't care. They're just like, go down there to see what happens. Like, they don't... I just like Russia. They don't give a fuck. You could never do that, like, with a U.S. soldier. That's so expendable. And that's where it ends. It doesn't really go anywhere else. The reason why I thought it was fascinating, because they describe these beings as being human-like. So they're 10 feet tall, and they're very human-looking. They didn't say anything bizarre about them.
But they said that if they're half shark, does that mean they have, like, fins and stuff? Or they just call
I think that's just
the
folklore. So you saw these giant beings underwater, and you didn't know what they were. So that's like the folklore term for it. Is that term I can't pronounce, but it's like shark boy, half shark, half boy. But they were humanoid.
Hey,
the reason why I thought
boy,
this story fit tonight for this story was that, like, these are giant humans living underwater. Like, where are they coming from? Why are they so human looking? What's going on in this lake? Why do they hide in the lake? There's all these different theories they brought up about it that were interesting. Like, they're hiding down there because they're just like everything we were talking about before. They've been there forever. They're monitoring us. They have to. One of the cool theories I thought was interesting is they're actually down there not hiding from us. That some of these species that are on this planet are hiding from other things. So we're so egocentric here that we're like, they must be hiding from us.
Yeah.
They must be cryptoterrestrials mating with us slowly because we're humans. We're fucking awesome, bro. You know, it's always about humans. It's always about us. What if they just came to this planet? We're like, shit, we can hide here. We'll go underwater. These dumb fucks who live on the planet are never going to find us. Maybe in a couple of thousand years they will. And the other species out there won't come get me. Like, we don't know what they're doing down there. We just assume it's all about us. But there could be just like a lot of bodies of water around the world which have a lot of UFO sightings. There could be entrances to deep underground caves and bases in some of these really, really deep areas. I mean, if you're going to be an alien and you're going to hide anywhere on this planet, Lake Baikal is definitely on the short list. There's very few places.
So if you're out there,
deep.
aliens, and you're looking for a place to stay, jump on the lake.
Baikal
Russia
Hotel
is your place.
is open.
Boom. Well, that's what I got, guys. I thought that was a cool,
welcome.
like, sci-fi action story. Typical
that's
Josh.
cool.
A little
Yeah,
broy,
that's awesome.
but connects.
It was like a James Cameron movie.
It totally was a James.
Yeah. It was like The Abyss, but like bad aliens.
Right.
It was like
Well, not really. They were
Abyss
friendly.
meets Arrival, and then of course like a bunch of dudes try to throw a net on it, and it all goes wrong.
Yeah. Then you threw a little action horror there.
Well, I mean, I think I think this is really interesting because we started with the ancient passages from the Emerald Tablets, which if they do date back all the way to Thoth, that's like 13,000 years old of these beings living among us in the earth and being able to come up and share their blood with us, which is strange. And then of all the stuff you said, Matt, that you discovered in that book, and your kind of your own theory on that, it's just interesting that you're right. Like, we're always looking up when everything that seems, from ancient times and even from that Celtic mystic fairy tale, if you will, they're like
Try and pronounce it again, just off the top of your head, without looking.
I can't do it. two a day a Dannon. Did I get it right?
That'll work.
I got it right. So two a day a Dannon.
Well done.
Sound good. I'm in.
If there's an Irish person out there, I'm sorry. But so what I'm saying is that this has been something that's been going on for a long time of these beings that are either trying to interact us, have interacted with us for good or for bad, but they are here. They're living among us. They're not really landing in spaceships per se all the time. That they are here with us, and they're in Russia. Everybody, that's where they're mostly at. Anyway, I hope you have a good night. and stop looking up. Look down at your feet because there might be something down there. Anyway, see you next week.
Goodbye.